Hello everyone, with Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica and the Caribbean. It is Tuesday evening, May 16, 2023. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video, share it, subscribe and tap notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a brand new video. Feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know what the weather has been like in your area recently. Also feel free to ask any weather related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. I respond to all comments and I really live for this stuff. Alright, so taking a look at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration NOAA's US National Hurricane Center's 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook, we can see that there's nothing expected for the next 7 days across the Atlantic, especially considering that the Hurricane Center hasn't even started. Not to say that we can't have something in the month of May, but for right now conditions are not favorable. However, we can see that NOAA's Climate Prediction Center is showing that we might have some above normal rainfall across portions of the Greater Antilles as indicated by the greens right there, across portions of Cuba, Hispaniola, Jamaica, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos around May the 24th to the 30th. We can even see some reds that indicate some possible tropical cyclone development across portions of the Western Pacific. Nothing being shown for the following week for May 31st to June the 6th. However, we know that sometimes the Climate Prediction Center might get it wrong or might get it right. We'll see exactly what unfolds with that. Taking a look at the surface map of the Atlantic for this evening, we can see that majority of the Atlantic basin is still being dominated by ridges of high pressure. That's sending a lot of easterly trade winds across the main development region into the Caribbean. And we can still see that portions of the Greater Antilles is still being affected by a trough, bring some overcast skies and showers to those spots. And to the east of that trough we have a cold front that stretches all the way from the northern portion of the North Atlantic all the way down across the waters to the east of the Bahamas. Taking a look at the visible satellite images before the sun went down, we can see those low-level patches of clouds that yes have some definite rainfall in them, maybe to affect portions of the Leeward Islands, and all of that is being pushed from east to west, all courtesy of that easterly trade wind brought about by that high pressure ridge. And we can also see the clouds associated with that trough affecting portions of the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos, Cuba, Hispaniola and even Jamaica. Not to mention the clouds associated with that cold front to the east of that trough that stretches all the way up into the northern section of the North Atlantic. We'll be talking more about the weather across the Caribbean later on. Let's focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's post about the weather across Jamaica for today. It was stated in our previous post that a trough across portions of the Greater Antilles will continue to influence the weather conditions across Jamaica, bringing more overcast skies, showers and thunderstorms, and we indeed had some of that across portions of Western Jamaica last night into this morning. And what about what happened today? It was predicted that we would have a majority of the rainfall across northern parishes in the afternoon hours. Northern parishes refer to those parishes such as Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland. And what ended up happening? A post was made on our Twitter page at 1:55 p.m. highlighting some clouds, bringing some isolated thunderstorms across those very spots. Northern parishes, Portland, St. Mary, St. Anne, Trelawney, even sections of Western Jamaica getting in on some of that, and we know that those sparkling white dots are indicative of some lightning flashes as well. And we indeed had our commenters on our Twitter page confirming that rainfall. VM3 stating, "Thank God, finally it reached me after months." Jamaica and Celtic stating, "Lots of rain and thunder." Simone A stating, "Yeah man, overcast." PG876 stating, "Enough rain." Then Lamone Rick stating, "We are getting a little rain in Portland on the west side." Then Dan Carlos stating, "Rain steadily from about 2 p.m. with lightning and thunder." Even on our Facebook page, even right now, we still have persons commenting, stating what the weather is like in their area on the north coast. Narda Palmer Mitchell stating raining in Christiana, Manchester. Bridget Hemming stating heavy rain and thunder in Ochi. Moving down, then we have Joy to the World Blake stating, "I am in Christiana, Manchester, and we had heavy rain and thunder." K. Watto stating, "Overcast and a bit of a drizzle for now in the hills of St. James." Sean Paris Gray stating, "St. Anne, heavy rain." Renee Kelly stating, "Overcast and a bit of a drizzle now in Guys Hill, St. Catherine." Karaboki stating rain on the north coast. And Vivia Blair stating non-stop here in Ocho Rios. Even on our Instagram page, we had the commenters confirming the rainfall. Cleveland Cameron stating Barrytown St. James got some rain, thank God. Keeping down, Nebana stating it's raining in Hanover. Essence Boss 876 stating just thunder and overcast sky in Falmouth. And then TG Minidal stating raining in my neck of the woods, Ryan Park, Montego Bay, but just came on the highway and the sun hot. Cherry Lips confirming the rainfall in her area of St. Anne as well, raining with lightning and thunder. And then another post was made at 4:25 p.m. highlighting some clouds, bringing some overcast skies, showers and thunderstorms to sections of northern Jamaica still after 1 p.m. So Simone stating it's raining heavily in St. Anne. And then on our Instagram page, TG Minidal stating loving the weather. And some people in Kingston and Portmore not getting much rain at all. It's favoring the north coast these days, guys. That's the current weather pattern that we have. And even up to recording our taking a look at the visible satellite images, let's reload these images so we have the very latest images. We can still see that we have some sparkling white dots right there off the coast of Portland that indicate some amount of rainfall in the waters right there. Even on Doppler radar images, we still see that rainfall across the waters to the north coast. So sections of maybe Portland and the waters to the north of Hanover, St. James, St. Mary and Portland right there. Taking a look at the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology's website, we can see where we indeed had that rainfall across the island. Majority of the rainfall was situated across northern parishes in Jamaica. Taking a look at the temperatures for tonight, we can see that we have 26 degrees Celsius in Kingston and 24 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay. And as the night progresses, these temperatures should be getting lower. Taking a look at the temperatures for tomorrow, we can see that both the Euro and the GFS has Jamaica embedded in the clear, so no below average temperatures indicated by the blue, no above normal temperatures indicated by the yellow. We're in the clear, so we should be receiving average temperatures for 1 p.m. on Wednesday. I know that the average temperatures for the month of May are about 89 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about the equivalent of 32 degrees Celsius. Taking a look at the dry air map, we can see that the air is not dry at all across majority of the Caribbean, including Jamaica, as indicated by a lot of blues. The driest air is represented by the key at the bottom, indicated by the red and the whites within those reds. Taking a look at the Saharan dust map, we can see that we have some slight Saharan dust right there across portions of the ABC Islands, portions of Puerto Rico, as well as sections of the Eastern Caribbean. However, the driest air seems to be right there across portions of Africa, as well as the waters of the Eastern Main Development Region. Jamaica is in the clear for 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Taking a look at the wave forecast for tomorrow, we can see that 12 p.m. on Wednesday has Jamaica still being surrounded by some slight blues that are indicative of 1 meter wave height or less, and that's due to the fact that we'll be having some very weak winds across the island for tomorrow, which might make it feel even hotter than normal, so we won't have much winds cooling us down as usual. The winds seem to be coming in from the southeast on both the Euro and the GFS models, which mean that all of this air is going to be piling up across the northern parishes again, bringing that overcast skies and buildup of clouds, as well as the afternoon convection and the thunderclouds to those very areas that have been receiving that rainfall. So northern parishes in for more rainfall, and they do still have that upper level support with the wind shear coming in from the west southwest. So whatever cumulonimbus clouds develop during the afternoon hours, they will still be pushed off towards the northeast, bringing more of the rainfall to northern parishes, as well as the overcast skies. Taking a look at the precipitation forecast for tomorrow, we can see that both the Euro and the GFS have some amount of blues, especially across northern Jamaica. What time is this? 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is about the equivalent of 1 p.m. Jamaica time. Even skipping ahead 4 p.m. to 3 p.m. Jamaica time, we can still see that we have northern and western Jamaica getting in on that rainfall on both the Euro and the GFS. So yes, we do indeed have some amount of rainfall to receive. I know that when we have consensus or agreement on both maps, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Even the accumulated precipitation forecasts are showing rainfall, especially across northern Jamaica from now up until 10 p.m. on Wednesday. This is not highlighting rainfall that's going to be expected from now up until then, but you know it's gonna be falling sometime within the next 24 hours. And these are the rainfall totals. We see up to 0.93 of an inch of rainfall across section of northwestern Jamaica on the Euro. JFS not so robust. The most we see is up to 0.49 of an inch of rainfall. And we're indeed grateful that we're getting all of this rainfall, especially considering that we're in our secondary rainy season, month of May. We usually receive up to 230 millimeters during this month. Alright, so that's it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let's focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So we can still see that we have a lot of cloud cover right there across portions of western Venezuela, sections of Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, and we can see a lot of high level clouds being streaked off from the southwest to the northeast across majority of the Greater Antilles, as well as from west to east. Most of those clouds don't have any amount of rainfall within them. We do see a lot of clouds right there across portions of French Guiana, Suriname, associated with the intertropical convergence zone. Not to mention the cloud associated with that tropical wave that was mentioned yesterday by the U.S. National Hurricane Center. But we know that nothing will come of that tropical wave. Taking a look at the Doppler radar images of the northeastern Caribbean, we don't have much in the way of rainfall across majority of that side of the Caribbean. However, we do see that we still have some spotty showers passing by sections of Dominica, Guadeloupe, sections of St. Kitts, St. John's, maybe Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, and we did indeed have some amount of rainfall across sections of central Puerto Rico for today. Taking a look at the Barbados radar, we can see some amount of scattered showers to the east and west of Barbados, not to mention to the north. So sections of Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines getting in on some slight rainfall right there. Maybe sections of Barbados might get in on some rainfall if some of these rain showers make it to the island later on tonight. Taking a look at the wider view of Doppler radar images, we can see some amount of rainfall right there across sections of western Venezuela, just like what we saw in the satellite images, sections of Cuba, sections of Belize, Guatemala, Honduras as usual, as well as sections of Suriname and French Guiana. Taking a look at the wave forecast for tomorrow, we can see the majority of the Caribbean is going to be getting 1.5 meter wave heights or less, as indicated by all of those blues. The highest wave heights seem to be right there in the waters to the far east of the United States, and that's due to the fact that the strongest winds will be in those spots as indicated by the yellows that are indicative of anywhere from 20 to 30 knot winds. Majority of the Caribbean should be receiving anywhere from 5 to 20 knot winds coming in from the east. Taking a look at the precipitation forecast for tomorrow, these maps are showing all the rainfall that's expected from now up until 10 p.m. on Wednesday, and we can see for the most part majority of the rainfall is being focused across sections of Puerto Rico. Look at the GFS showing more rainfall across portions of the US and British Virgin Islands, sections of Guyana, eastern Venezuela, western Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua getting in on some rainfall. We see even up to an inch of rainfall across portions of Hispaniola, Dominican Republic, Haiti getting in on some of that. Even sections of Cuba getting in on some of that rainfall as well. Maybe sections of Cayman Islands might get in on some rainfall along with those areas. Taking a look at the western portion of the basin, we can see that we have some more rainfall to receive across sections of eastern Mexico, portions of Guatemala, Belize, Honduras getting in on some of that, and we see consensus on both maps, even although the GFS is a bit more robust, showing even up to an inch or more of rainfall. You know that the isolated flash flooding could be a possibility, and we know that when we have consensus on both maps, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching.